Good evening, Cleveland. It is dress rehearsal night for the Cleveland Browns as they take on the Indianapolis Colts in preseason game number 3. While this choice may have come as a surprise for fans, GM Chris Grant says Bennett was in the mix all along. What's going to happen with the ownership to this team? Jimmy Haslam answered that here today. Well, hopefully the Indians' bats arrived from Anaheim overnight because they were missing last night against the Minnesota Twins. But when Swisher was asked about the Indians' chances at making the playoffs, he responded, "Why not?" Welcome back for segment number 2 of Sports Roulette, the show where the topics are always a revolving game of chance. I'm your host, Ashley Bastock. The rest of the Rocky River class of 2013 will be graduating Friday night. It's the 3rd day of training camp here in Berea, but due to inclement weather and field conditions, the Browns were forced to practice inside. Swisher has had a powerful bat as of late, and manager Terry Francona says that's no accident. At first glance, Zach Hodgkins appears to be a sharp shooter on the basketball court, but that is not the whole story.
You know, I love to see people watch me for the first time and just their look of shock on their face. It's a lot of fun.
Hodgkins, an Atlanta native, was born with only part of his left arm, but that hasn't stopped him from becoming an aggressive scorer.
It's actually amazing to see somebody shoot like that because I think it's kind of awesome because it should be an inspiration to kids because that shows how you can still follow your dream even if you don't have both arms.
Hodgkins visited St. Stanislaus in Cleveland to hand out basketballs and share his message.
They see me and they're, inspired and, amazed, and I just tell them that you can do anything as long as you work hard and believe that you can do it.
Anthony Bagliano was a kicker at Eastlake North High School and came by to watch the shooting guard in action. He was born with a heart-hand syndrome, which causes his arms and hands to be underdeveloped, but is going on to kick at King's College in northern Pennsylvania.
What he could do with the ball and just have the confidence and basically the courage to go out there and not just perform okay, he's excellent at it, and I just think that's great, and I look up to that.
Menor native Tony Marinozzi is working on a documentary about the 17-year-old three-point threat. Marinozzi runs a basketball charity called the Make a Swish Foundation and wanted others to hear Zach's story.
And this kid, Zach, is a hard worker. He wants to help kids, though. He wants to speak to kids. He wants to tell his story and encourage others. He has goals of playing Division I basketball.
Hodgkins is going into his senior year and says Division I schools are already offering him scholarships. But he's not telling us which one he plans to attend. In Menor, Ashley Bastock, Fox 8 Sports. Good evening, Cleveland. It is dress rehearsal night for the Cleveland Browns as they take on the Indianapolis Colts in preseason game number 3. And tonight we'll get our first real look at the Browns' new offense and defense. The Browns starters are expected to play into the 3rd quarter. Running back Trent Richardson is expected to play a little bit less. Brandon Whedon has been sharp in 2 preseason games, and we'll see if that continues tonight after being named starting quarterback earlier this week. And how about that Browns defense? They've been solid in their 2 preseason games. They seem to be getting a little more comfortable in Ray Horton's new 3-4 defense. This may be a preseason game, but that doesn't mean it's not important.
It's important. This game is important. This game will kind of, give us that confidence going into week 4 and obviously Miami week and week 1. So it's definitely important. It's a game rehearsal, and we're going down there to win, obviously.
Well, hopefully the Indians' bats arrived from Anaheim overnight because they were missing last night against the Minnesota Twins. Ubaldo Jimenez gave the Indians a chance to win. Jimenez had a season-high 10 strikeouts and just gave up 2 runs. But the Tribe's offense struggled. They had just 6 hits and couldn't capitalize with runners in scoring position. Jason Kipnis and Michael Brantley are trying to climb out of an 0-1 slump. The Indians began the day 6 games behind in the AL Central and 2.5 games back in the wild card race. The Indians have switched their final 2 starters for the Twins series. Tonight, Zach McAllister will toe the rubber. Scott Kazmir will get the start in the series finale. Francona said he just wanted to give Kazmir an extra day of rest. Kazmir's last outing was last Sunday in Oakland. Well, it was moving day at the Barclays just outside New York, and suddenly Tiger Woods is on the first page of the leaderboard. Tiger Woods started the day in 15th place, but that quickly changed. His third on the par 5 13th that set up a birdie. Woods shot a 2 under 69, tied for 4th. Gary Woodland and Matt Kuchar tied for the lead. Check out that shot by Kuchar. He sticks it just inches away. The leaders are at 12 under. Well, if Kyle Busch needs a pick-me-up, all he has to do is find out when the hot rods will be racing at the world's fastest half mile in Bristol. Busch dominated the Food City 250 on Friday night. Kyle already won the Truck Series race on Wednesday and will go for the sweep tonight in Bristol. That's all for me. I'm Ashley Bastock.